Hello everyone, I am Larry the Batman fan, and we are back with another video. Pickups video number 15. I had stated that the pickups video number 14 was supposed to be the last one. That video was over an hour and 20 minutes long. I hope you guys had enjoyed that. The only thing is, with Bajillion Books, some of those games that were sent my way, they were not titles that I was interested in keeping. So I'm actually going to flip those and sell them. There were only about 40 titles or so that I was going to keep. And I set them all aside and added them to my collection. But the Commodore 64 games and a lot of those Wii games, they were shit games. Or they're not ones I can play because I don't have a Commodore 64, for instance. You know, the PSP, there were 3 PSP games in there. If you guys go back and watch that video, you'd see that I kept 2 of them, but I'm not going to keep that baseball game. I'm not interested in that. So I already listed some of these items on my eBay page to sell. So yeah, I picked up some other things over the past month. I picked up some more games, and I do currently have Mario Kart DS and Asphalt. That's coming in the mail very soon. It's the DS game. There was one on the Vita as well, but it's a racing game. I never got to play any of the Asphalt games, so I'm looking forward to playing Asphalt. And I also do have a copy of Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS. I have played that game in the past. It's very good. It's one of the best DS games, in my opinion, which I have talked about in my top 15 best Nintendo DS games video. That's still there on my channel. Didn't delete anything except for some of the rant videos. Some of them are gone. Most of them are gone. I pretty much kept everything up on my page unless it was something YouTube decided to take down, or if it was just a rant video that I wanted to get rid of, because I'm not trying to focus too much more on drama stuff. But anyways, I do have some stuff I picked up. As I said, I'm going to show you guys what I have. The first thing, I'm going to show some DVDs. Thank you to Josie. My friend Josie gave me a Walmart gift card for my birthday with $20 on it. So I decided to get some movies with that, because I didn't really feel like buying food with that, because it's like you eat the food and it's gone. That's it. So I just decided to get some movies. One of them ended up being a TV show. I thought it was a movie, but I guess it turned out to be a TV show. But they were all $5, so can't really beat that for $5. First, we have Mile 22. This is good. I know this movie's R-rated, but mainly for the violence. There isn't any sex or nudity or anything in that, and the language is light. So I decided to get this movie. I thought it was good. I had this on bootleg when it first came out, but the bootleg copy really sucked. It wasn't a very good copy at all. So got it officially, and only $5. You can't beat that for $5. It's a good action movie, you know, with Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's got some good films. This, The Shooter, Deepwater Horizon, which was a little bit like The Day After Tomorrow. It was a disaster type of movie. Or San Andreas, that's another disaster movie. Or Twister, just to name a few disaster movies. And there was one other film that he was in. It was like a cop movie. Spencer Confidential. I don't know if that's Mark Wahlberg or not, but I know he was in another cop movie that I thought was really good. You know. And Contraband. That was another good one. It's kind of like selling drugs. He's a bad guy selling drugs to people. And one day the cops are after him. He's trying to get away. You know, that was a good movie as well. Although I will say that had rough language for sure. I mean, it was another R-rated film. You know, Duel with What's his face? What's his name? Dennis Weaver. That's the guy. Duel with Dennis Weaver. I'm not too familiar with Dennis Weaver, but I saw this in the $5 bin, looking through, getting through all the crap. You know, the Bob the Builders, the Barneys, the exercise crap that nobody wants. Um, you know, there was some horror movies in there too in the $5 bin. I'm not really a horror movie fan because I'm Christian, so I don't really do horror movies. I like more action, comedy type of films, animation, sci-fi. That's my type of movies. And Duel looked like was like a sci-fi action type of thing. So pretty cool. And you probably wonder why is this thing taped up? When I took the plastic off, I couldn't get it off of my hand, so I had to cut it. I accidentally cut into the plastic, so I had to tape it. But yeah, it's good. I look forward to checking it out. I have not watched it yet. I got a lot of movies on my backlog. A lot. You know, I got a lot of games on my backlog, which is why I'm stopping buying video games and stuff. Next movie we got is Playing with Fire with John Cena. Looked like a pretty decent comedy film. Looks like it came out a few years ago, probably like 5, 6, 7 years ago. You know, and I look forward to checking this out. I could have watched this on YouTube because they have it for YouTube to rent, but I figured, you know, I got a Walmart gift card, $5. I'll just buy it, and I bought it. Hopefully, it's funny. I know some comedies that are rated PG just aren't that funny. You know, Hatfields and McCoys with Kevin Costner in it. Apparently, this was a failed TV show because they only made like 2 seasons of it, which is a shame. But yeah, it's got 2 discs here. For all y'all that are wondering, we got disc 1 and disc 2. So I just hope that this has no cursing God in it. Please don't have any LGBT garbage in it either, because I'm not about either one of those things, and I don't like seeing that. So as long as it doesn't have that in it, I will watch it all the way through. If it has that in it, I'm going to throw it away. You know? But I like Kevin Costner. He is in some good movies. Tombstone's a good Western film that he was in. I did see Wyatt Earp. I didn't like Wyatt Earp because there was adultery going on in the film. And that's a sin. So I mean, it was PG-13, but it really shouldn't have been PG-13 with the adultery. I know he was in a movie called Open Range, which my mom watched through. I'm surprised she watched it through because they cussed God in that movie for a Western. There was some others. Dances with Wolves, that's a good film. I don't consider that to be a Western film, though. I consider it more like an action drama type of film. I just don't. There's not that much Western type of stuff going on in the film, so. But anyways, yeah, Hatfields and McCoys right here. Look forward to checking it out. Have not watched it yet. Hopefully it's good. Moving on. Now we got some games. Got some DS games going to show. No shovelware, so there's no Hello Kitty garbage. No those Imagine games. No Drawn to Life. No Nintendogs. Yeah, fuck Nintendogs, by the way. A lot of people say, oh, Nintendogs, that's a good DS game. Yeah, I really like that game. No, not to me. That game sucks, in my opinion. And no Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or any Club Penguin games. Nothing crappy like that, you know. Good DS games. We have Tenchu Dark Secret. I have talked about this game on my channel before on the top 15 best Nintendo DS games. I mentioned it in the honorable mentions. I couldn't think of the last name of the game. I knew it was a Tenchu game, but just couldn't think of the name. I picked it up for $27 off of eBay, worth the money. It was like $5 or $6 shipping, so about 35 bucks or so, 34 bucks. It's good, and it is CIB. I needed some more complete in box games. really nice. Manual and the cartridge. And it has the other booklet underneath it. So, and the cover art, of course. So, CIB. Love me some CIB games. Next up, we have some games from TJ Buys and Sells. He's a pretty good seller on eBay. Fast shipping. This took 3 days to get here. I'm like blown away by that. 3 days. You rock, dude. You rock. As long as you don't sell me scratched up games or games that don't work, then I'm satisfied with you. So thank you for that. Here it is. It is Bomberman. He was actually trying to get me to buy all the DS games he had. He had 5 CIB games, but only 3 of them I was interested in. I'm not interested in Bakugan. Bakugan's a flop. That was just as much of a flop as Beyblade was. I was never into Beyblade or Bakugan. I never really got too much into anime besides Death Note and Yu-Gi-Oh! I just really wasn't a big anime fan. I like regular cartoons, not Japanese style cartoons. And the other game was Littlest Pet Shop. And fuck that game, because that game sucks. That game can suck my left nut. Because I don't like Littlest Pet Shop or crap games like that. I'm a guy, I'm not a girl. So, I'm not into that. But anyways, yeah, I got Bomberman. To be honest, I only have one other Bomberman game. It's on the PS1. I think it's Bomberman 99 or some shit. I look forward to playing that very soon. I haven't had a chance to play it with a full-time job working. But I look forward to playing this as well. I'm waiting on a 3DS charger to come in the mail because I don't have a 3DS charger currently. I was looking all over my room for it, can't find it. So I had to order another one, pay $10 for it. Hopefully they send me the right charger, because I know the DS charger and the 3DS charger, they're not the same, and they did that just to be asinine. I know that the charger piece is not going to fit into my 3DS if I try to put the regular DS charger in it. That's just what they do. It's bullshit, but they do that anyways because they don't care. They want us to spend more money. So that's why they do it. But anyways, Bomberman, look forward to playing it. It's a game with merit on the DS. It's not shit. So, nice ad. Thank you, TJ Buys and Sells, for that. I appreciate you. And thank you for giving me a deal on it, too. He actually gave me the game for like $11. And then he refunded me for the game. So that game was actually free. So, you rock, dude. You rock. Alright, moving on. We got Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. I played this once on GameCube, but I don't own it for GameCube anymore. I know it was also on PS2 and possibly the original Xbox. Did not know it was on the DS. I hope that it plays just as good as the console ports. Hopefully it does. I know sometimes they take the console port, they make the DS version of it, and the DS version is a totally different game, and it sucks. You know what I mean? Like Captain America, for instance. That game's good on Xbox 360, Wii, and PS3, but the DS port of it was horrible. So I hope that's not with I hope that's not the case with this port. Hopefully it's good. Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, moving on. The last game we got from TJ Buys and Sells. And surprisingly, it's the best one out of the 3. And I got a good deal on it for $18 plus like $5 shipping. Or $6 shipping, but worth it. Mario Hoops 3-on-3. I'm not really into basketball games, but when it comes to the sports aspect of Mario stuff, it's usually fun. So I can get down with this game. I also do like the NBA Street games, if y'all are wondering. Those are fun too. Hold on a second. But yeah, this should be fun. I assume it's a Mario sports game with basketball, and it's got like some like features in it that like stuff like NBA 2K doesn't have, like getting coins and power ups and stuff like that to make yourself more powerful in the game. So it'll be nice to check this out. You know, I like Mario games, they're usually fun. Even the sports ones, the Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, those are also very fun. So I assume this will be a very fun Mario sports game to play. And it is also CIB. I almost forgot to show. It's CIB. It's got the case, manual, cover art, and cartridge. So it's complete. Next up, we have a PS4 game here that I picked up. I've heard many good things about this thing. I've also heard some bad things from certain people on YouTube. But I decided, what the hell? I'll check it out anyways. For $10 or $15, it's worth the money. Past Cure. It's a like horror, sci-fi, action shooter type of game. And it looked interesting. And I never got to play it before. And I don't see this game in GameStop or Pastime Legends or Mr. Deals for, like that. So I assume that this game might be worth some money down the road. Because this and a game called Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, that game seems like it's hard to find. Like I saw it once in GameStop and ever since then I never saw it again. So I think that game might be worth $100, $200 down the road. Who knows? So if you see Past Cure, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, or Hellblade, that's another rare. That one's becoming rare, I think. Hellblade, be sure to snag any of the three because I have a funny feeling it's going to be worth some money someday. But yeah, never played it. Haven't had a chance to play these yet, but I look forward to playing it very soon. Past Cure, folks. Oh yes, we did get some Vita games. I do have some Vita games here that I have to show. If I can get to them. Give me a second. Alright, I got 4 Vita games here. Just had to remember where exactly I put them. But I have Persona 4 Golden. I talked about this in my top 20 best Vita games. This is one of the best games on the Vita. Definitely worth buying if you guys are a fan of role-playing games. It does have anime characters and stuff in it, but it's an RPG game at its core, so I don't really care. I'll still play it. A lot of people put this at number 1. Azure Tony, he puts it at number 1. I heard Jay Margera in the comments section of my channel. He left a comment saying that this is his favorite game on the system and didn't understand why I didn't put it in the first spot. It's my fucking list. Okay, dummy? My list. I don't feel that Persona 4 Golden is number 1. So respect my opinions. I respect yours. Please respect mine. Azure Tony apparently thinks this is the best game too. That's fine, you know. We can all have our opinions on things. But honestly, this game is not in my top. It's not my number 1. Definitely not. So, and I don't understand why people don't put this game at number 1. Because this game is definitive. This game is a must-buy if you have a PS Vita. Gravity Rush. Now this is my favorite game on the Vita. Out of everything I played, this is the most fun game ever. Flying around through the city, fighting people, punching and kicking, and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. You can kind of swerve your body upside down in 360. And the environments were beautiful in the game. Just everything about this game was great. So I don't know why people don't put Gravity Rush at number one. Because for me, this is my number one game. I didn't expect to get this game for a good deal. Because for some reason, this game's going from $70 to $100 currently on eBay and in the game store. I don't know what's going on with Gravity Rush, but it's through the roof right now. But I finally found a copy for $40 plus like $7 shipping. So it was almost $50, but I was willing to pay that considering that the game's going for 70 to 100. It's worth the money for that price. So, and it's just a great game. Definitely a must buy if you have a PlayStation Vita. I definitely recommend that one. It's a good one. Next up, we have Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward. You guys probably knew I was going to get this game because I really like this game. It's part of the 999 series. They also made 999 on the Nintendo DS, and then they made Zero Time Dilemma. I also know that this game was also available on the 3DS as well because they took the original DS game that they had for the Zero Escape series. They weren't going to discontinue that off of Nintendo consoles. One of the more mature games to be released on Nintendo handheld, you know. But the Vita got it also, so I picked up the Vita version for I forget, $25 I think. It's hard to find Vita games for less than $20 unless you find like a Lego game or some crappy sports game. But it's good. It's a murder mystery puzzle solving type of game. I really like the game. Does have a lot of talking in it too, so it's got some visual novel aspects in the game as well, but it's fun. It's really good. That and Colored Malice X, excuse me, are the best like visual novel games on the system, in my opinion. God Wars. This was a random buy. I was looking for something cheap for the Vita just to add, and I found this for about $15. So I'm like, you know what? I never heard of this game. I never played it. I'm going to give it a try. I picked it up, 15 or $16. I think it's worth that. Who knows? It looks like it's an RPG type of game, but I don't really know because I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But pretty soon I will play it, and then probably, if I really like the game, I'll do a review on it. I did a review for Colored Malice X, so we'll probably do a few more videos reviewing games down the line. So, yeah, that's God Wars for you. Moving on. Next up, we have a GameCube game. We have Batman Dark Tomorrow. I got it for $20 plus $5 shipping or $6 shipping. So 27, $28. The case that I got was in bad shape. It was really bad. It was like it cracks on the top and the bottom of it. So I just threw that case away and put it in another case. It doesn't have the manual, but I do have a better case for it and the disc and the cover art. So it's not quite CIB, but it's near CIB. We'll say that much. So I've heard this game's terrible. I heard it's one of the worst Batman games ever made. But I have not played it yet, so I don't really know. But when I do get a chance to play it, I will play it. And if it stinks, it might be part of the collab video, part 3, with Jackal Goldkick, if he ever decides to do that that collab video with me. You know? But yeah, Batman Dark Tomorrow. Oh, I lied. I said I didn't pick up any more games from TJ Buys and Sells, but I'm actually wrong. I got 2 more games to show. I got Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. There's another one that's just called Super Star Wars. This game was also available on Super Nintendo, but it's also here on Game Boy, obviously. I am a big Star Wars fanatic, so I picked it up for, I think, $10. I don't have a Game Boy to play this on. I haven't had a Game Boy in a long, long time. But if I can find a Game Boy Advance SP, the one with the double backlit screen, I will buy that. But I'm not paying $200 for it. Fuck that. I mean, if it had games with it, maybe. But by itself with just a charger, that's a ripoff in my opinion. I think $100 is more my price range, or 120. You know, with games, maybe. You know, depending on the titles. But yeah, the SP would be the system I would get because it has a backlit screen. My eyes just don't adjust to looking at the screen like this while playing the game anymore. It's just a hassle, you know. But it would be nice to own a SP eventually, the AGS model 101, not the 001 model. That one's not a backlit screen at all. But if I could get that model for a price that I'm willing to pay, then I would buy it so that way I could play Game Boy games, Game Boy Color games, and advanced games all on one. And then I keep my 3DS, my PSP, and my Vita, and I'm good. But until I find one for a reasonable price, I'm not picking it up. Genji, Dawn of the Blade, Days of the Blade rather. I played the first one, the Dawn of the Samurai, I believe is what it was called, for PS2, and that was a really good game. So hopefully this is a good one as well for its sequel. I never got to play it, so and I saw that TJ Buys and Sells had this, so I decided to pick it up. And he gave me a deal on it, saved me a few bucks from the asking price. I think he wanted $15 or something, or 16. I forget the price, but I got it for like $3 less, and he accepted it. So thank you for that. And it is CIB. It is complete. Got the manual and the disc and the cover art, and it's in very good shape. Next up, we have Bionic Commando. I picked this up from a random seller. I never got to play Bionic Commando, so I decided to pick it up. It was a good game on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, so look forward to playing that. And it is CIB. Next up, we have a GameCube game, another one, Star Wars Rogue Leader, Rogue Squadron 2. I have the first one on the N64. Good game. The graphics look amazing, even to this day, for a game that came out in like 2004. Excellent game. Or maybe it was 2003. 2003 it says. But yeah, it's good. Not quite CIB, it's missing the manual, but other than that, it's near CIB. Right, we got a couple more to go. I got Hurdy-Gurdy. Heard the game sucks, but I need a few bad games for the collab video if we ever do a part 3. So I wanted to get this game. It was not too expensive, you know. So I'll try it out and see what I think about it. But I have heard it's pretty terrible. Next up, we got Test Drive for PS2. I know this game was also available on Xbox. It's a very fun racing game. I definitely recommend it if you guys like racing games. And it is CIB. Forgot to show the hurdy-gurdy. Let's see, is this CIB? Yup, it's CIB as well. Complete in box. Alright, we actually got some Wii games here to show, and then I'll end the video. I am going to be picking up a copy of Dead Space Extraction because I know that game is awesome on the Wii. You know, I got Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I've heard mixed reviews about this game, but I wanted to give it a try. I know it's also available on Xbox 360 and I think PlayStation 3. But yeah, I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's cool. He's a good superhero. And I look forward to checking out this game. I also do own Friend or Foe for the Wii and Edge of Time. I believe. I don't own Shattered Dimensions, but I know that that was also available on the Wii. And they did make Spider-Man 3 on the Wii, but that game kind of sucks. Legend of the Dragon. This one I've talked about in my Wii Hidden Gems video, part 3, I believe it was, or part 2, one of them. This is an underrated fighting game. It's actually not a bad game. For anyone looking for a fighting game that's not Super Smash Bros. Brawl or Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, this is a good one. It's underrated, hidden gem, not a bad game. We got Monster Hunter 3. Of course, gotta have Monster Hunter, right? For the Wii. It's a great game. Good action RPG. A lot of fun. And who would have thought they, excuse me, they actually put it on the Wii. I never would have thought they would, but they did. Not quite CIB. It's missing the manual. Yeah, real quick, let me do this. Legend of the Dragon is not quite CIB. It's missing the manual. The seller that sold me these Wii games, it was like buy 3 get 1 free. So I was like, okay. So I ended up getting 4 games. One of them is free. This one's CIB, complete with the manual and the disc and the cover art. The last game we have is Red Steel 2. And this one is CIB. This is a good first-person shooter game on the Wii. There were 2 in the series. I'm surprised they never made a 3rd game for the Wii U or the Switch. It would have been nice if they had. But it's a good game. A mixture of shooting your guns and killing people with your sword. Had a little gimmicky bullshit with the Wii remote, but you know, it was tolerable. But this one fares better than the first game in a lot of people's opinions. They hated the first game. The motion controls and everything, and the shooting and everything. They just thought that the game was crap. Personally, I didn't mind the first game. I thought it was all right, you know. But I understand this is a better game overall. But it's still, both games weren't that bad, honestly. But Red Steel is a good game. I had to pick that up, Red Steel 2. That's everything I got to show you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this pickups video. Like I said, there are 3 more games coming in the mail for me, and they are the DS games. I might edit this video and add that part in to the video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening to me talk about video games. God bless you all, and take care. Peace.